Hi, church family. My name is Joni. I've been a part of New Life for over 20 years. I am a mom of 4 beautiful kids and a nana to 5 precious grandkids. My son Bobby is my oldest, and he has been homeless for 10 years. As a parent, there is nothing more painful than watching your child suffer and knowing that you can't fix it alone. There were years, and even now, when I would cry myself to sleep. I would cry out to Jesus to protect Bobby, to give him shelter, even knowing that Jesus was holding me all this time. My 3 children and I would go searching for Bobby in Akron. We would drive for hours and hours, hoping and looking and praying that we would find him. And on the drive home, all the time, we would drive home and we didn't have him with us. Those were some of the hardest moments of my life. What Jesus has done for me isn't about changing my circumstances. It's about changing me. Through every season of this journey, God has used my church family and its ministries as his hands and feet. When I was exhausted, someone prayed. When I was overwhelmed, someone listened. When I felt alone, I was reminded that I wasn't alone. My women's Bible study, and I'll call them my sisters in Christ, nothing short of the bravest prayer warriors that you could ask for, would constantly and continually lift Bobby up in prayer. I just needed to know that Bobby was alive, and that was my prayer. And it was a church service back in September when Pastor Warren asked us if we had a prayer that was heavy, laying on our hearts, to put it on a Post-it note, and they would pray over them in the back hallway here. And so I did, trusting God that my church family would pray over that Post-it note. And it was that morning, the same morning, that Sunday, at 4 a.m., I heard banging on my door. And I ran down, and my son Bobby was standing there. I hugged him, and I thanked Jesus that he answered my prayer. I shouldn't be surprised at what God can do, because he's able. God is able. And I thank Jesus that he was alive, that Bobby was alive, and that was my answer to my prayer. He taught me how to love my son without losing hope, how to trust without controlling, how to keep my eyes on Jesus and not the storm. Bobby's story is still being written, and so is mine. And God is faithful in both. What amazes me most is that my circumstances didn't change instantly, but my heart did. Jesus met me in my fear, and he replaced it with his peace. He met me in my grief, and he gave me endurance. He met me in my loneliness, and he surrounded me with a church family who never stopped being there. Through teaching and community, I've learned that God is still good, even when life is painfully hard. Over the years, serving in so many ministries at New Life, and I'll start with the littlest ones. I'll start with the babies in the nursery and the toddlers, the teens, the grade school kids, all the pastors. Celebrate Recovery, where my daughter Jamie's life was transformed through Pastor Ron and all the people there. And then she went and got involved in the tech ministry. My Bible study, my women's Bible study, the bread basket, the backpacking on Mondays, serving those little children who have no food on the weekends. Serving has changed me. Jesus has transformed my heart. He's given me a hope and a peace that I never knew. And through it all, Jesus gave me something better, his presence. But he used my church family to remind me who he is. If you're here today and you're carrying a heavy weight, if you have a child, especially if you're a parent praying for one of your children, please know that Jesus sees you. He sees every tear that you cry. He sees your loneliness at night. He is close to the brokenhearted, and he is always faithful, and he will never, ever waste your pain. But Jesus is already glorified because he has never stopped being enough.